photo's still upon the wall, but something's missing in it all. Her face remains, the light is right, but shadows lean too far from sight. It used to glow in golden pine, now looks like someone else's time. She took the frame, left just the name, the glass intact but nothing holds. The corners curl like stories told without a claim. She took the frame, and all the meaning left the same. I found the nails she pulled with care, no broken wood, no signs of wear. But where it hung, the wall feels white, like love itself had stepped aside. I tried to mount a different view, but every picture bled her hue. She took the frame, not loud, not lame. She didn't need to take the face, just took the edge, the shape, the place. No one to blame. She took the frame and left the center out of aim. What's left behind without a line becomes too shapeless over time, and even joy begins to fade without the border love it made. She took the frame and left the flame, still flickering but out of reach, like words too soft for lips to teach. No more to name. She took the frame, and now the wall forgets to speak. What's left behind without a line becomes too shapeless over time, and even joy begins to fade without the border love had made. She took the frame and left the blame, still flickering but out of reach, like words too soft for lips to teach. No more to name. She took the frame, and now the wall forgets to speak. Her closet bare, her shelves were clean, like love had never lived between. No notes, no scent, no thread to find, just vacant space she left behind. I searched for something she might claim, but every edge erased her name. Nothing on her side, no trace she tried to hide. The bed still made, the light still warm, but all the meaning lost its form. No gear to ride, she refused to even slide. I left my things across the floor, a shirt, a song, an open drawer. But hers were gone, not moved or tossed, just never missed, or maybe lost. The wall still held the nails she drove, but not the weight of what she wove. Nothing on her side, like time she nullified. She didn't take, she didn't steal, just let the silence slowly peel. No need to chide. Nothing on her side, not even pain she tried to hide. Some leave with storms, some leave with fights, but she just vanished from her rights. And all that's left across this bed is echoes I retrace instead. Nothing on her side, not even words implied. No box to hold, no lock to turn, just quiet where the corners burn. My arms open wide, but nothing on her. All my reaching is denied. She spoke so soft I had to lean, her voice a thread, a silken seam. But when she stopped, the room grew loud with things she never said aloud. Her final word was plain and small, but left a weight I can't recall. Beneath the sound she left were truths she never kept. A silence deeper than the note that clung like buttons on her coat. No scream, no theft, just sound she left, and what it buried in my chest. I play her voice on tape again, but all I hear is cold within. The way her breath would catch and pause, like tides retreating from a cause. She didn't cry, she didn't plead, but left a wound that doesn't bleed. Beneath the sound she left were questions I still heft, like chords that hung without resolve, like poems time refused to solve. No tone, bereft, just sound she left, and silence stitched between each cleft. They say goodbye is shaped by tone, but hers left shadows not her own. And now the quiet hums her name through walls that haven't been the same. Beneath the sound she left, my heart still takes a breath, expecting echoes that won't come, just resonance that makes me numb. No voice, no cleft, just sound. She left, and all the truths she tucked beneath. Beneath the sound she left, my heart still takes a breath. I felt it loosen in the breeze, the thread between her hand and me. A tug once tight, then slack with grace. No warning tone, no frantic pace, just one soft pause, a glance too long, and everything we stitched went wrong. When the thread slipped, it didn't crack or rip, just floated out of where it tied, between our days and midnight rides. No tear, no grip. When the thread slipped, the world remained, but love it tipped. We didn't feel the final pull, it left no scar, no broken spool. But seams we wore began to fray, and silence wore the words away. She smiled like someone half awake, and every step became a break. When the thread slipped, no vows were lost or flipped, just absence slowly filled the seams and blurred the edges of our dreams. No storm equipped. When the thread slipped, it left the frame but took the script. Some bonds don't snap, they simply slide and drift beyond the reach of pride. And though I reached, I couldn't trace where she had gone, what left her face. When the thread slipped, the lights began to dim, and though her hand was still in mine, it felt like cloth without design, too soft to grip. When the thread slipped, we let go without the slip. No creak beneath her heel that day, no curtain flinch to mark her way. The door still swung, the breeze was still, but something left against my will. She didn't whisper, didn't sigh, just faded like a winter sky. She closed without sound, no echo to rebound, no clatter of a final word, no silence sharp enough to hurt, just ground unbound. She closed without sound and left the air too still to drown. Her cup remained a ring of tea, but nothing else stayed near to me. The clock hands kept their rigid pace, but every tick forgot her face. And though the lamp still lit the frame, the room no longer spoke her name. She closed without sound, like snow upon the ground. No warning wind, no trailing coat, just absence soft enough to float, call profound. She closed without sound and left me where no noise is found. Not every end comes with a chord, some simply step beyond the board. And what is gone without a trace, his heart is still a dead place. She closed without sound, no goodbye to expound, just vanished in the breath between two thoughts too tired to convene. No shout, no crown. She closed without sound and took the world that spun around. She used to lean upon the pane, with morning light across her frame. The glass would fog where she would breathe, then clear with words she'd never leave. But now it only frames the trees, no silhouette, no warmth, no keys. What the window held has long since been dispelled. No trace of hand, no gaze remains, just light that bends through empty panes. No tale retell what the window held was gone before I even knelt. The curtain sways without her there, a dance with ghosts that left nowhere. And though the sun still finds its line, it doesn't catch what once was mine. The birds still fly beyond the glass, but none reflect the time we passed. What the window held no longer can be spelled. It kept her glance, her soft as kettles drum. But now no melt. What the window held is just the sky where day once dwelled. They say that glass remembers shape, but even it can't hold escape. And so I sit and barely blink, as if the past could learn to sing. What the window held has quietly been shelled. No voice to press, no frame to trace, just silence dressed in outer space. No tear expelled. What the window held was all I lost but never felt. They say that glass remembers shape, but even it can't hold escape. And so I sit and barely blink, as if the past could learn to sink. No tear expelled. What the window held was all I lost but never felt. The sky pretended it was blue, as if it didn't miss her too. The sun came out but looked away. It didn't warm me much that day. The wind wore spring like Sunday clothes, but carried silence no one chose. The sky pretended it was blue, but I could see the aching through. It painted light on every tree, while shadows whispered back to me. And though the clouds were white and slow, they held a grief they didn't show. The sky pretended it was blue, just like I used to, loving you. Loving you. The neighbors smiled like morning news. The birds rehearsed their happy cues. But underneath their scripted grace was something cracked they couldn't face. I walked alone beneath the hue of something false and far from true. The sky pretended it was blue, a shade she'd always walk into. She'd laugh and lift her face to light, but now that color stings too bright. I almost waved into the air, but knew full well she wasn't there. The sky pretended it was blue, and I pretended I moved through. It's funny how the world puts on its makeup just to carry on. hearts like mine are out of tune, still stuck inside a colder June. The sky pretended it was blue, like postcards sent but never do. It offered hope in vain disguise to blind the tears beneath my eyes. And though it shines, it doesn't mend, for skies don't break and hearts don't bend. The sky pretended it was blue, and I still miss her through and through. She stood there near the kitchen light, her shadow soft, her grip not tight. She asked me if the tea was cold, but didn't care enough to hold. Her voice was here, her hands were still, but something left against her will. She was gone before goodbye, before the tears, before the cry, before the door could close or creak, before my mouth found words to speak. She vanished in the way she stared, like looking through me, not quite there. She was gone before goodbye, and I still don't know the reason why. Her suitcase stayed for 2 more days, but none of her had planned to stay. She kissed my cheek like signing out, emotion made devoid of doubt. And though the bed still held her scent, it felt more ghost than resident. She was gone before goodbye, no fireworks, no shattered sky, just absence wrapped in presence thin, like love that folds itself within. I tried to joke, she didn't laugh, the silence split the room in half. She was gone before goodbye, and I just let the moment lie. We think it ends with final words, but endings come as silent birds. They perch for weeks and never sing, then vanish with forgotten wings. She was gone before goodbye, like stars that fade before we try to name the shape they used to burn. Too late to stop, too slow to turn. Now every bite feels hollow-eyed compared to how she slipped inside. She was gone before goodbye, and all I had was just a sigh. She wore her scarves like fading light, spoke soft as wind before the night. Her laugh would echo through the trees, then vanish with October's breeze. She came when summer lost its heat, with boots and books and cold swept street. She only loved me in fall, when amber leaves began to call, when sweaters clung and cider steamed, and hearts were less than what they seemed. She'd hold me close, then start to fade, like colors dying in the shade. She only loved me in fall, and left before the first snowball. We traced our names in window glass, watched golden days too quickly pass. She hummed old songs of rolling hills, then paused before the fire chills. I begged the sun to stretch its stay, but seasons don't delay their way. She only loved me in fall, when shadows danced along the wall, when pumpkins smiled and boots kicked leaves. But love, like trees, has times it grieves. She'd say, I'm not the winter kind, then kiss me once and slip the bind. She only loved me in fall, like stories meant to be so small. Now every year when cold winds chase, I seek her smile in strangers' face, but none remain. They drift like rain, while I still wait for her refrain. She only loved me in fall, a whispered truth, a golden sprawl. She never stayed beyond the frost, yet somehow still I count her lost. And though the years have shared her sound, I hear her crunching leaves around. She only loved me in fall, and maybe that's not love at all. The drapes are thin, the glass still clear, but everything has changed in here. The chair still leans the way you sat, your shadow tucked inside your hat. The sun still spills the golden dust, but what it shines on now is rust. The window faced the past, it held the love we thought would last. It framed your smile that lit the dawn, then watched you turn and just be gone. It saw the days we didn't speak, it knows the cracks, it heard the creak. The window faced the past, and now it shows me what won't last. You trace the fog with quiet hands, draw hearts and names in shifting sands. I watched you dream beyond the glass of distant hills and greener grass. the silence thick on sleepless nights. It doesn't lie, it doesn't weep, just stares where memories softly sleep. The window faced the past, and now it holds what slipped too fast. Some look out to see the new, I look in and still see you. A frame of pain, a silent vow that keeps me in the here and now. The window faced the past, and through its lens the times recast. The street remains, the sky still blue, but none of it looks back like you. And as I sit where we once laughed, I see the ghost of photographs. The window faced the past, and somehow still it holds us fast. Sat across the coffee steam, like strangers drifting in a dream. Your eyes were kind, but looking through, as if I wasn't still your you. We reached for spoons, not hearts this time, and every touch missed once rhymed lines. Our hands forgot the hold, the way we fit when nights grew cold, the way your thumb would find my palm, like lighthouse beams through every calm. Now fingers brush like foreign skin, no stories shared beneath the chin. Our hands forgot the whole, like songs that time refused to mold. The couch still creaks where we once curled, space is wide in our world. You tie your hair, I stir the tea, and neither moves toward what could be. The fire burns but gives no glow, just heat without the heart we know. Our hands forgot the hole, the cradle where our warmth once rolled. Now every hug feels like a pose, a photo left with edges closed. We smile but not in synchrony, we touch but not in unwound, like a rope left out, no knot, no sound, no final cry, no slam shut door, just silence where we held before. Our hands forgot just love that lost its sense of flame. So now we sleep an inch apart, still counting beats of distance. I wrote it down on hotel notepads, folded lines between the good and bad. Your name in ink, your laughing rhyme, a second chance that missed its time. I kept it hidden in my coat, the weight of every word I wrote. It's the note I never sent, full of things I might have meant, 1,000 truths I never spoke, in sentences that nearly broke. No address, no final page, just thoughts that couldn't leave the cage. The note I never sent still burns without a vent. It had your song, it had your storm, it kept my side of love still warm. I crossed out lines, I wrote too fast, like I still love you from the past. I signed it once, then changed my name, afraid you'd read it just the same. It's the note I never sent, a quiet scream, a last lament. It said too much, not enough, like half a dance, like broken stuff. You wouldn't know what it could mean, but in my hands it still felt clean. The note I never sent was where my silence went. I thought of mailing it each spring, but some confessions clip their wings. And though I moved and let you go, the paper stays beneath my soul. Ooh. It's the note I never sent, not for lack of will or punishment, but some truths die too slow to speak, and bloom in ink but never leak. So if one day you wonder why no love was there, it just passed by. In the note I never sent, still folded where I meant. We follow roads as far they'd been, past wooden signs that had no end, through cornfield skies and desert moons, with hearts like half-forgotten tunes. You said beyond here no one knows, but still we drove where silence grows, where the maps fade out, where no one talks and no one shouts, just wind and fence posts leaning right. No city lines, no motel light. We reach the edge where paper stops and left our names on weathered rocks. Where the maps fade out, we learn what life's about. We lost the signal, lost the song, but somehow didn't feel it wrong. Your hand was warm, your eyes were wide, like someone seeing from inside. We slept beneath a cedar tree and woke to birds that spoke like sea. Where the maps fade out, no route to trace, no planned reroute. The stars became our only code as morning climbed an unnamed road. No border drawn, no time to spare, just you and me in open air. Where the maps fade out, we stop pretending doubt. Most folks stay where roads are short, but some hearts need the vague, the blur. And every love that won't survive still dreams of where it comes alive. Where the maps fade out, where trust is more than knowing how, where days aren't measured by a mile, but by the way behind a smile. I never asked if you'd stay true, I just kept walking next to you. Where the maps fade out was where I found you. There's a diner where the jukebox stalls, postcards fade on bathroom walls. The streets forget what day it is, the clock just hums and softly sits. The train rolls by, but no one waves, just silence lined with window shades. It's a town where nobody says goodbye, where lovers leave but never cry. No waving hands, no final look, just names erased from checkout books. The doors don't slam, the lights stay dim, and time walks out on phantom limbs. A town where nobody says goodbye, they just stop calling, stop asking why. There's a porch swing creaking in the breeze, a mail slot stuffed with autumn leaves, and somewhere deep behind the glass, a woman watches seasons pass. The barber trims, the preacher speaks, but no one asks where someone sneaks. It's a town where nobody says goodbye, just disappears into the sky, like fog at dawn or dreams at 4. They leave their boots beside the door. No just one more shadow walking home. And if you find my voice goes dry, it's 'cause I live like others try. A town where nobody says goodbye, just hearts that learn to not ask why. They laid him down on a Tuesday rain. No flowers bought, no grand campaign, just flannel sleeves and boots half tied, and stories whispered, none denied. He wasn't loud, he wasn't clean, but damn, he lived in between. And the last song played at his funeral was one he wrote but never sang. A tape they found behind the stove, full of rust and no name tag. It cracked and hissed like old regrets, but held the truth he never said. The last song played at his funeral brought back the love he once had fled. The preacher paused, unsure what to do, so they let the chorus echo through. Just chords and lines in gravel tone of nights he spent out on his own. No organ swells, no polished hymn, just what was left inside of him. The last song played at his funeral didn't climb, didn't cry, didn't plead. It just sat there like a folded shirt, full of stains and open need. No key change, no crescendo grand, just a man trying to understand. The last song played at his funeral was softer than they thought he'd be. Some don't leave with marble words, they leave with notes they never heard. And in those lines they once denied, you hear the parts they kept inside. So the last song played at his funeral played like dust across a flame. It filled the room with broken light, and no one there would hear the same. I wore that watch since I was 10, passed down from some forgotten friend. It ticked through storms and wedding vows, through coffee cups and late night rows. But sometime past 11:43, it froze while she walked out on me. A watch that stopped the night she left. No reason why, no gears bereft. Just hands that chose to hold their place, like time refused to show its face. And though I wound it, begged and shook, it stayed right there like how she looked. A watch that stopped the night she left, still tied around my quiet chest. The second hand won't play along, like all the lines in our old song. And though the frame is scratched and worn, it beats more truth than I've ever sworn. I took it in, the man just said, this kind of thing won't fix what's dead. A watch that stopped the night she left won't march ahead, won't mourn what's next. It's stuck in what I didn't say, between her keys and candlelight gray. Every time I check the time, it just reminds me she was mine. Some clocks are wound, some clocks are made to mark the nights we can't evade. When they break, it isn't chance, it's fate refusing one more dance. A watch that stopped the night she left still marks the loss I can't accept. It sits in drawers and midnight thoughts, amongst receipts and coffee spots. And though the world has moved ahead, it keeps the hour I last bled. A watch that stopped the night she left still ticks in all I never said. Never said you loved me, but you stayed past closing time. We never kissed at sunrise, but you held my hand in rhyme. We shared no plans, no promises, no stories etched in stone. But somehow in your silence I felt more seen than I had known. And I miss you like a song that never played, like a bed that's made but never laid. You're not an ex, you're not a past, but you're the echo built to last. No photos, fights, or worn out threads, just all the things we left unsaid. I miss someone I never really and that hurts more than it should have. We laughed like rain on desert ground, so rare, so soft, no echo sound. We sat on stairs and named the moon, then let the moment end too soon. You never asked what could have been, I never dared to try, and now you're just a maybe in the corner of my sky. And I miss you like a train that passed at night, like a spark that almost caught the light. We had no date, no final page, but still I ache like I've been caged. No candles burned, no songs gone sad, just space you filled then never had. I miss someone I never really had, like missing wind you never grabbed. Some hearts don't break from love grown deep, but from the dreams we failed to keep. And yours was one I never knew, but still I wake up thinking of you. I miss you like a line that went unsung, like bells that never got to rung. You weren't a loss, you weren't mine, but God, you lived between each line. And though it seems a little mad, no suitcase dragged across the tile, no door left open for a while, no letter folded on the bed, just empty air where words were said. Her breath still lingered in the sheets, but silence wrapped around her feet. She walked out through the quiet, no thunder, no riot, no final shout to mark the end, just echoes where we used to bend. The coffee brewed, the clock still ticked, but she was gone so clean, so quick. She walked out through the quiet and took the noise we used to riot. The sun rose like it always did, but couldn't find where she had hid. Her cup still waited on the scene, but something deep inside stood still. No creak of floor, no closing gate, just absence filled with subtle weight. She walked out through the quiet, like dusk dissolving diet. No broken frames, no shattered glass, just calm erasing all we passed. I checked the halls, I called her name, but silence echoed back the same. She walked out through the quiet and left the peace, I can't deny it. Some say the loudest ends are clean, but hers was soft and unforeseen, a hush that held the final chord, like closing prayer we can't afford. She walked out through the quiet. No storm, no need to try it. Just vanished like the night at dawn. When shadows stretch, then they are gone. And though I breathe, I barely speak. The quiet now is all I seek. She walked out through the quiet, and now it's where I stay. You stirred your tea, I stirred my doubts. The words came slow, then wandered out. You asked me how the garden grew. I lied and said, just fine like you. Your smile was soft, your eyes were thin. We talked like rain on rusted tin. We talked like rain on tin, no deeper than the surface skin. Each syllable a drop, not stormed. Too cold to heal, too dry to warm. You laughed, but not the way you used, and I replied with half refused. We talked like rain on tin, and never let the real begin. The lamp between us hummed its song, while both of us just played along. You spoke of work, I spoke of sleep, but neither touched what lies too deep. The roof above caught all the sound, but couldn't hold what can't be found. We talk like rain on tin, just echoes from the place we've been. No questions sharp, no answers brave, just words to pass, not love to save. You looked away, I watched the floor as if it held what we came for. We talked like rain on tin, and left the rest to fade within. Some silences speak more than speech, but ours just stay too far to reach. Like puddles dancing in the night, too soft to stir, too faint for light. We talk like rain on tin, a melody we'd once begin, but time had bent the notes too low, and we forgot the chords we know. You stood to leave, I didn't stand, just let the moment slip like sand. We talked like rain on tin, and vanished in that quiet din. like nothing changed, like nothing showed. The pillow bore her quiet trace, but not the warmth, not even face. Her mug was full from yesterday. The light stayed on, she slipped away. The light stayed, but she didn't. The world moved on, but I hadn't. The walls held firm, the clock still ticked, but time grew thick and heart got nicked. No slammed door, no whispered fight, just absence in a pool of light. The light stayed, but she didn't. In silence sang what she had written. The night we fought, it barely flared. She turned away, I mostly stared. We left the lamp on side by side. Then morning came, and so did tide. Her shoes were gone, the keys were too, but nothing else had lost its hue. The light stayed, but she didn't. Her touch dissolved, but air still thin. The floorboards creaked as if she passed, but held no step, no shadow cast. I blinked into the amber hue and hoped she'd walk back into view. The light stayed, but she didn't. Like stories cut before they're written. Some endings scream, some endings sting, but hers just didn't do a thing. Just walked right out the breath we shared, and left me staring at the glare. The light stayed, but she didn't. I breathe beneath what love once meant. The ceiling hums, the lamp burns through, but nothing shines like she once knew. I sleep beneath that quiet glow, still asking where the warmth. She left no mark upon the chair, no scent of jasmine in the air, but stillness swept across the floor and painted shapes I can't ignore. No colors loud, no canvas white, just shadow sketches in the light. What the stillness drew was more than farewells do. It shaped the way the silence curled around the edges of my world. No clue, no cue, what the stillness drew was all she meant without a view. The mirror caught her not today, but framed the emptiness her way. A pillow leaned where dreams once fell, a lamp turned off but warm as well. Each quiet thing she never said now lives in corners of my bed. What the stillness drew was memory in hue, not in her voice, not in her name, and in the way the windows frame a love we knew. What the stillness drew were lines that time could not undo. Some endings ring like final bells, but others hum in softer spells. And when the room forgets her face, the silence sketches back her place. And what the stillness drew is all I still walk through. Not ghosts, not grief, just tender air that speaks of someone once so fair, too soft, too. What the stillness drew was her in everything I do.